What's going on? It's your boy Andy Matrix, and I cannot remember a time when Velma from Scooby Doo was actually popular. I mean, seriously, if you go back to the 90s, 1990s, and the early 2000s, Velma was always just this. She was just a regular character on Scooby Doo. She was smart, she was intelligent, she was nerdy, and I guess there was some people that had a crush on her. If you're into nerdy chicks, yeah, you might have a thing for Velma. But other than that, like, it was always Daphne, the hot chick in Scooby-Doo that always got the attention, right? And Velma was never really like an attractive option until we reached the 2010s, right? It really wasn't until like 2015, 2016, sometime around there, maybe 2017, I'm not quite sure, right? But sometime around those years when Velma started to become popular, I started to see fan art. I started to see a lot of fan art of her. Basically sexy fan art. Just people drawing Velma with a big booty and all that. Know what I'm saying? And I think one of the reasons why she started to gain traction is because, in the 2010s, the LGBT community started to gain more power, more popularity, more respect. And as a result, people started to notice characters that were possibly gay. And it turns out some people thought that Velma was gay, and people just kind of started reimagining her as a gay character. And now here we are. Holy freaking smokes. I'm actually living in a time where Velma is gay. So if you guys already heard the news, Velma, it's, she's a gay character. She's a gay character now in the new Scooby-Doo cartoon. She's a gay character, and she, we actually saw her having, gay thoughts over this character who, this character is kind of have dark skin. I guess, is it like dyed hair, like kind of like dyed, kind of like peach, kind of like pinky hair, with like a turtleneck, glasses, right? So I guess it's her type, you could say. A nerd goes after another nerd, whatever. So after 50 years, or is it like 30 years? I think we have like 40 years of Scooby-Doo. I think Scooby-Doo came out in the 70s or 80s. I'm not quite sure. But after so long of Scooby-Doo cartoons, here we are. Velma is actually finally gay. Actually, you know what? I'm actually surprised. They didn't turn like Shaggy gay or something like Shaggy and Scooby, Shaggy and Scooby were in love and Shaggy was into bestiality or some crap like that. But then we always knew that, Fred and Daphne, they were always, together or whatever. Right, and Fred was always like, the cool white dude that everybody looked up to, right? And but the problem I have, I don't have a problem with like the characters being the homosexual, whatever, do your thing. But call me a conspiracy theorist, but is it just me or are they turning every freaking character gay now? It's like they cannot think of a new story. They can't think of a new story, but they're like, hey, I got a new idea. Yeah, let's turn the characters gay now. Whatever happened to storytelling? Whatever happened to innovation? It's like I think they're just doing it for buzz. Like if they turn a character gay, they know it's going to generate buzz, and then they think that's gonna get like a lot of press, a lot of views or whatever. But really, what ends up happening is that people just end up hating the show. So the exact opposite happens, right? So Velma being gay, and hey, I mean, they've been doing this to a lot of characters. And this is why I say there's a lack of creativity in Hollywood, even with cartoons, Western animation. Like, do you remember, Miles Morales? I like Miles Morales, like the Spider-Verse, but recently they took Miles Morales and they turned him into Thor. Basically, Thor with the hammer. Yeah, like they actually did that. And I'm like, you couldn't have thought of something else, right? It's like what they do, what these people do, these producers, they take one character, and then one character that is popular, and then they keep rolling with it, and they roll with it, and they roll with it. Now is Velma. Velma is trending, And actually, they've been trying to turn her gay because she has become a popular character. So now, not only is she gay, but they actually made her, they actually race swapped her. They race swapped her with, I think it was an Indian girl, kind of like a, they call it South Asian. It's Indian. She's Indian, right? They turn her into an Indian chick, right? And again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But it seems to me like whenever they're like brainstorming for a new idea, like they always resort to, hey, either let's race swap the characters, let's make them Asian, let's make them, I don't know, Latino or Filipino, and hey, even better, let's turn them gay. It's just, they're just going with the trends. Whatever they think is gonna get buzz, whatever they think is gonna break the internet, they go for it. But what they don't seem to understand is that more often than not, because of the lack of creativity and the lack of storytelling, it creates a negative. It creates a negative view on these characters that they are recreating or are putting out there again. Also, I forgot to mention the trailer for the Velma HBO Max trailer. It got downvoted to hell. I mean, take a look at this ratio. It's like hundreds of thousands of dislikes, and then look at the likes to dislike ratio. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Again, Scooby-Doo has been out since forever, for decades, and now, like, nobody really cared about Velma's sexuality or whatever until now. You know, this is the time. This is the perfect time. And this is one of the reasons why I always say anime is better than American cartoons. And actually, even when anime messes around with like gay, lesbian, LGBT themes, they actually do it better. Yeah, they actually do it better. So if you want like actual good gay stories, like quality gay, lesbian stories, go for Yaoi and Yuri. Yaoi and Yuri. Actually, yes, do so. Save yourself the trouble if you want actual storytelling, because American cartoons, man, they just gone so down the drain. It's hard to defend them. It's hard to defend this, and also it's hard to watch, because it's like you see them doing it so much, and it's like they can't think of anything else. They're just doing what is trendy, and forget storytelling, forget putting a good story. Oh yeah, here's another thing that bothered me. Is the whole thing about being like an activist and like attacking the audience and things like that. Well, check this out. Velma, yes, Velma in the trailer for her race swapping trailer, right? I guess she got her own series now on HBO Max. She writes a text message to HBO. It says, "Dear HBO, I just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. When I heard the news version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies. If there's one thing that the internet agrees on, is that you should never change anything ever. I hope you die. Sincerely, Velma." Yeah, you know what? It's just like, really. It's like, I like. You know something? I think that we should go back to the age before the internet. And as much as I like the internet has, brought, done amazing things for my life. But maybe we should take some things back before the internet was so worldwide. Let's take it back 2 decades, right? In the early 2000s, late 90s, when there was true love, and when entertainment was still really good, and people were actually trying really hard to tell good stories. Let's go back to that time. But hey, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. And guys, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.